Everybody, on behalf of Ganapriya Foundation, I take this opportunity to thank Prince Sri Rama Varma for having accepted for this session. As a token of gratitude to him, we would like to present him a music-related book written by. See, this is a very famous book. Published in 1958, forward by S.L.Narasimhan. Yeah. We have quite a lot of questions. Before that, I would like to ask a few questions which I have for Prince. The Ragam Sarasangi. When we hear the word Sarasangi, we are reminded of J.J.Balamuralikrishna, which was immortalized by none other than G&B in the early 60s or late 50s, and over the period a lot of musicians were singing Charkesi with the same prayogas of Sarasangi, and in the process the Ragam Sarasangi has become extinct today. And in fact the other very popular Kritiya Swati Tirunal in Charkesi, Kripaya Pali, has become more popular than J.J. Padmanabha, even though J.J. Padmanabha, in terms of recording, chronologically, if you look at the chart, J.J. Padmanabha was sung before Kripaya Pali, or rather it was recorded before Kripaya Pali.
I didn't know that. Even me, I've heard Kripaya Pali at least 10 times more than Sarasangi.
And now the most unfortunate thing is the Sangadis what G&B sang in Sarasangi have become the main Sangadis of Charkesi today. So what is your views on, see, this we are not binding on anybody or we are not criticizing, it is purely a personal question I have and I am asking you. The fate of a raga, that too a Janaka raga, Melagata raga, now it's becoming extinct. What do you think about it?
On a different parallel, we have Mohanam and Hamsadhani. Out of 10 concerts we hear by anybody, almost 8 will feature or 9 will feature Nate or Hamsadhani as the first 1 or 2 pieces. But we hardly hear Hamsadhani elaborated, though it is only one note. If we sing Vatapi as main, people will say he is having Vatapi as main. Well, Mohanam is so popularly taken as the main ragam. I have heard that Professor T.R. Subramaniam sing Hamsadhani Ragatana Ballari in Krishna Ganasabha. It's the only time actually I heard for around 35 years. Then 2 years ago, 92-year-old Parasala Panamal teacher, she sang Hamsadhani main, Vatapi main for Vinayak Chaturthi. And she knows so many other Ganesha songs also, but she sang Vatapi as main. So I said, teacher, you're becoming more and more modern. She said, till now I never did, but at age 92 I'm feeling young and smart and adventurous. So that is Hamsadhani and Mohanam. But generally my guru, Vachur Harir Subramanian sir, he always used to say, how does one ragam become popular? Balamuri sir also, though from a completely different school, he also had the same opinion that a raga becomes more popular because of more compositions existing in that raga. So Tyagaraja just Todi or Hararapriya or Sankarabaram, so many compositions, one Tyagaraja himself has made. So Sarasangi, at least me, if you just say Sarasangi, I just think of Jaya Jaya Bachcha. But if you say Charukesi, I think of Adamodi Galaja also. More songs are there, I feel, compositions in Charukesi. That could be one reason. Even Batwarali Purgalyani, elaborately we hear Kerala musicians like Chembai singing Raghuvara in Batwarali. But we hear many more musicians singing Puru Kalyani as main than Banturali as main. That it's kind of
and there are more kritis also in Puru Kalyani.
Puru Kalyani, but Banturali songs are there.
Yeah, songs there.
Many are there. It's a popular.
Yeah, in fact,
always
Saksha is also very popular.
But always sub main.
Yeah.
Main will be Puru Kalyani. Bulminakshi
The grandeur of the composition also adds to the.
Exactly. While Maharaja Swaratirna, this is a question I have for Swaratirna, but he is not there with it. He, in the 9 Navaratri Kritis, he has chosen Shankarabharanam, okay, Kalyani, okay, Saveri, Todi, Bhairavi. Then Banturali, Shuddha Saveri, Natakurandi and Arabi. But no Hararapriya.
Yeah.
So I used to wonder if you have chosen Shuddha Saveri or even Arabi as main, but not a big one like Hararapriya or maybe Shanvapriya something. We don't know.
But looking at it, Arabi has more kritis even by Tyagaraja, which what I understand is that Arabi as a ragam has got more or equal scope as Melakarta raga.
Yeah, that of course, even Saveri and Mayamalagola is Melakarta raga, but Saveri is sung elaborately 100 times more frequently than I personally love Mayamalagola a lot. Dr. S.L.Narasimhan, few people used to elaborate that. Now, of course, modern people, many people sing Mayamalagola very elaborately. But earlier times, we hear at the beginning Meru Samana or Devadeva Kalyani or Vidulapu or something like that, but not as. When Saveri main is very common. So sometimes I think children become more famous than the parents.
This question is from one Vidya Rajendra Varman. So can you tell about your starting of music training and who is your first guru?
My first guru is Professor Vechur Harihara Subramanya Iyer. He lived in Kerala. He spent his whole life in Kerala. In fact, one gentleman here, he wanted to know about him also. So I'll...
Yeah, you can elaborate. Yeah.
So he was a product of the Trivandrum Music College, which was established by my great-grandmother, Amma Maharani, she's called. Amma Maharani Setu Parvati Bai. So she had a strong army in the form of Mudaya Bhagavatar, Dr. Samvada Iyer, C.P. Ramaswamy Iyer, all of them together. All of them were missionaries, and she, though Maharaja Swaratirna compositions existed, they were scattered here and there, and he didn't have a Shishya Parampara as strong as comparable to Tyagaraja Shishya Parampara. That is another subject, but about Vechur sir, so he was one of the earlier products of Music College, as is Professor Parasala Ponamman, who is now still alive, still singing. So she is now 94 years old. Had he been alive, he would also been 94 years. So I see him in her. They both lived in the same street. They both learned from Semamudi. If they sing Ananda Bhairavi, first speak Swarams, I can follow them on the violin exactly if I played violin, because it's same pattern. The compositions they sang, Panamal sings and he sang Sri Krishna Bhajamanasa. Very similar in form and content. So he passed out of Trivandrum Music College and he became a teacher there. He taught. There are 3 music colleges in Kerala. In Palakkad, there is a Chembai college. In Cochin, there is an RLB college. I don't know, R must be Rama and B must be Varma. I don't know. So, but RLB college. The Ponammal also, she was principal of RLB college for a long time. And he had, though he was Semamudi's disciple primarily, we had GNB, for example, he died as the principal of Swaratirna College in 1967-68. So they learned from a host of great gurus like Mushri Subramanian. They would all come as visiting professor and be there for 1 year like that. And he passed away in 1994. He was very soft-spoken, and most of the time you won't even look him in the eye because he was like this. When he walked also, very self-effacing, but in his quiet way he was very strong. So once when he was 19 years old, in Guruvayur we have this Guruvayur Ekadasi festival. Now of course it's very big because it's covered by TV and everyone wants to be on TV. So at that time it was a much smaller affair. And once he sat down to sing as a 19-year-old boy, then one very famous violinist from legendary Bhajan at that time, not T.N. Krishna Lalgudi, the previous year. previous generation. So once he just started to sing, this violinist came, and then they said, "Shh, you get out, big man has come." So he felt really bad that after sitting down and starting, he was shooed off stage. Then he just went. Then after all the concerts are over, the mic system was still there. It's at around 10:30 at night. When everybody had gone, he went and started singing alone. Tambura would be there, of course, no electronic. So he started singing, and speakers are there all around the place. Then the same violinist, he was staying in a lodge just next door. So he heard some good singing, and then who was singing nicely, and he was in bed, and he came out of bed and found this boy singing. And he liked it so much that when he finished, he went and hugged him and said, "Oh, you are singing so nicely. You come with me. I will play for you, and you will be celebrated all over South India. I want to, when I hear you sing, I want to play with you." But then he said, "Yeah, but I don't feel like singing with your violin." So he just outright he said, "I don't feel like singing," and he left. So if he had accepted, I would never have had him. He would have settled in Madras or whatever. But he was very quiet, but he was very strong like that. When television came also in 1982 only we got the television. So at that time, now of course anybody can be on television or YouTube or wherever. At that time, it was such a fascinating thing to appear on TV means it's like the ultimate thing. So many politically savvy Trivandrum musicians, they started. Some people, when they dug the foundation for television station itself, some musicians camped there to become the first person on TV. So, but he never got a chance at that time. Then one of my politically well-connected friends, relatives actually said, "Hey, has your guru sung on TV?" I said, "No." "You tell him to give me a letter, I can put it to the minister or whatever." Then I told him that. He said, "Oh, thank you very much." Then he never did anything. But after 6 months, the same person asked me, "Did you tell your guru?" So he said, "Yes." What did he say? He said, "Thank you," but he didn't do it. Then I reminded him. When I reminded him, he said, "See, till now, I have never applied for anything. Whatever has come naturally. If ever I am in such a desperate position that I will apply, then definitely I will take up on your offer." And he didn't write a letter. I follow exactly the same system because we have a Navaratri festival where concerts are broadcast on radio, and to sing on radio you need a grade. Earlier in Travancore we had Travancore radio in 1930s. So concerts were broadcast live 6 to 8:30. Then my family owned the radio and the mandapam, so it automatically happened like it was the same outfit mostly. But now for me to sing on the radio at the mandapam, because concert is broadcast, you need a grade. So I applied once in my whole life for once for Veena and vocal together, and I got a grade so that I can perform in my own festival. That's all. Otherwise, till today I have never applied, which is why at that time when I was just coming up 22, 23, then if I had applied in Sabhas in Madras, whatever, then I could have sung at 12 in the afternoon for 5 years, and if I upgraded, and 1:30 for 10 years and whatever. So I never went through that route, probably because of the same kind of some thing passed on by Vechu sir. So.
You incidentally also answered the next question, which is about the great history of Navaratri Mandapam. And the change happened in 2006.
Actually, 2006 was a very obvious change happened because Navaratri Mandapam actually, from what accounts I have heard, now of course we have to tell, please keep your mobile phone switched off. That happens in Navaratri Mandapam also, which is not there when we start. So, Navaratri Mandapam, earlier, till Amma Maharani came along and kind of codified things, there is this traditional generation to generation family of musicians called Mullamuru Bhagavatas. They used to sit and sing, and the audience was.
You won't go to the front. Sorry.
No problem. Yeah, so earlier it was literally it was a Vidvat Saras. So till 1920s, 30s, this is what I have heard, that they will take mostly Alapana, Tanam, Neraval, Swaram than compositions. So one person, suppose Sankaravarnam, Devi Devadani is the name, one person will sing Sankaravarnam, Alapana, and anybody sitting there, they could join. They take turns, relay Madhi. Anybody would sing, so it would just go on and on. Many people singing rounds of Alapana, build up, and then they will sing the song and elaborately do Neraval and Swaram. That is it. That is Amma Maharani who changed that, and who made it 6 to 8:30, and 6 to 8:30, at 8:30 one bell will ring, and if you are halfway through a song also you have to stop. That strict timing came into existence only because of radio relay. So, because it was live relay, at 8:30 the next program will start. The moment live relay stopped, this also should have gone. 2 minutes before or after won't do any harm now. So, but even now we follow kind of, by 8:28, 29, you would see the musicians look at the watch and just reaching finishing point. So, that changed Amma Maharani brought. Now the Mulamudu Bhagavatas, they sing every evening 5:30 to 6. Dr.M.Balamuralikrishna. Till that time, only male vocal concerts existed. That was all. Amma Maharani liked a particular Veena artist very much. So somehow she wanted him to play. And he knew only Veena, he didn't know singing. Venkatatri Bhagavatar was his name. So just to, because of her personal love for this individual, she put him, she said, the Saraswati Navaratri, it's a Saraswati Mandapam, so Veena will be okay. So if Veena is okay, then ladies can play Veena also. No. So still male rule remained. So she didn't want people to know, though of course everybody knew, that she liked him. So she put another Veena also, so that it's not just him.
Correct.
So M.K. Kalyanakrisha Bhagavatar from Palakkad and M.A. Kalyanakrisha Bhagavatar, who was like 6 feet tall.
Yeah, I've seen him.
And very low voice. And so he actually was a singer also, so he would sing, give both vocal concert and Veena concert, sometimes both in the same series also. And they give singing concert, tomorrow Veena concert, like that. Like that it continued. Then my guru's guru, my second and most important guru, S.L.Narasimhan, he also used to play every year. Sometimes with S.L.Narasimhan and his brother Rama. Then once or twice, Mysore Duraswamy has played, Rama Varma has played. Like that it became male vocal and Veena. Then when I started getting involved, Amma Maharani had died. So Amma Maharani was a visionary who invested in the future. So now we talk about Vasamangudi or GNB or Alathur brothers, but they were all in their teens and 20s when she called them. So at that time she called them, she promoted them, she contributed a lot in their growth also. And later they all became legends. T.N. Krishnan, for example, who is still with us happily. Professor T.N. Krishnan played in Mandapam for more than 51 years continuously. The first time he played, he was studying in 4th standard. He was only 9 years old. So 9-year-old boy, she called and he became T.N. Krishnan. Ragudi also was in his teens. So unfortunately, after she died, like which happens with one founder will be there who's a visionary, then it will build up to some extent, whether it's an institution or a country or a political party, then the successors will only have the ego that, oh, we are in this big thing. And now you can see Congress party, what is happening, what Jawaharlal Nehru did, and now we have Rahul Gandhi. So like that, same thing happened in my family. The next generation, that is my grandmother's generation, they became, we are Navaratri Mandapam. So people are standing in queue to sing here. So people were standing in queue at that time. But then, one by one, the great older musicians started dying. First, M.D. Ramanathan passed away. Then M.A. Kalyanakrisha passed away. Mushiri passed away. GNB passed away. One by one, these people started dying. Then those slots, who would fill? So I would tell, since both of us are fond of Sanjay Subramaniam, I can tell his name openly. When I heard Sanjay Subramaniam singing at 12 o'clock in Music Academy, I suggested there's a very good singer you call. So he's a young boy. Forgetting that Samvada was also a young boy when he started. That was Rama Varma. Next people, they only if they are old, first category. Secondly, they should come to meet the princess and with a silver tray full of fruits and do namaskaram or something. Then, it's very nice Maryade, so we'll call him. they may sing badly. So, like that, lot of one generation of good musicians died, and another generation of good musicians were not called because they were too young or not standing like this. So I was very, very upset at that time, seeing all this. And Samvada Mama, till he died, he had a full hold over the whole festival. That is another story. So even among his disciples, my own Guru, Vechur Hari Subramanian sir, or Rama Varma, or K.R. Kedarnath, or S.L.Narasimhan, there are so many people, they were never called. So I first started interfering by calling these people who were singing well but not called. So these people, Vechur sir, of course, is my Guru, I called him. S.L.Narasimhan sir, he told me once, so I have sung so many times in Mandapam, 1940s, 50s, sitting behind Samvada, but I have never sung alone. So I called him there. Then V.R. Krishna here. He sang, and within 6 months he passed away also. So I heard from his family that it was his dream to sing at Mandapam at least once.
At least you realized it.
Yeah. Like that. Then Brother Karekudi Mani, he was never called. So I have called him. Like that, some artists who had never sung there, and whatever I could, I felt they did it. In fact, Rama Varma, I spoke to him like this, but next year I am going to call you, and he died before that. But he has sung 2 times at the Mandapam. In fact, the only video of his which I know exists, I have uploaded on YouTube. Rama Varma. That's an aside. Then I started asking, anyway, people play violin, Pakamela, so why can't we have a violin solo? So, slowly, finally I had T.M. Krishnan violin solo, then BBS violin solo also. There was little by little. I am talking about something which happened from 1996 to 2006. Then we had Ravikiran go to Adyam once. It's like Veena only. Then once we had Dr.M. Balamuralikrishna flute. So that created big problem because they said it will be HL if you touch with it. So I said all these musicians, they are drinking water, touching the lips only, and there is Nadaswaram every day. But Nadaswaram, there will be actually, spit will be dribbling from the flute, at least that doesn't. Like that, then every year during Navaratri, this public doesn't know. One day we have a dance performance. This is after the concert and puja in the evening. At night, 10 o'clock it will start. So from Balasaraswati onwards, Padma Subramanian, Chitra Vishesha, everybody has danced in Mandapam. But I am completely not in charge of that. So once, when Srividya danced, her mother MLV sang. So many, the dancer is a woman. For the dance at the same venue at night, 10 o'clock, women are singing. So I said, why can't women come? There's no tradition is like, it is like that. They never gave any explanation. So I started from 1996 asking. So first go to Adyam solo, then violin solo, then flute solo, then only Parasala Panama. So first when they agreed, okay, women can sing. Who should be the person to sing? That is another, because only first can be only once. So I didn't even know whether Panama was still able to sing. So I just went to her and called her, and she sang, and of course her life and career changed completely. These are the visible things which I have changed. The invisible things, Amma Maharani at that time, 1930s, she ensured that probably Mysore Palace was the only other place where payment was very good. So that is a universal language. I mean, good money, everybody understands. So she even started this award thing. She would give a title called Palace Vidwan. So Palace Vidwan, and send at that time, 1920s, 30s, sum of 110 rupees or something per month salary. So that is very good money at that time. And the deal is that for every concert they will sing at least 2 Swatikritis. So GNB, Samvada, all these people, they are called Palace Vidwan. But Palghat Maniar, he can't play Swatikritis, but some Vidwans like that were also given this title. I normally don't feel arrogant or proud about something in the past. Like Rama Varma was my grandfather, so what did I do for that? So I feel blessed and humble only. Only one point I feel proud about my past. I really feel good is that Padani Subramanian, who is my all-time favorite percussionist, he got only one award in his entire life, and that was from Travancore, Samvada. So the Rama Varma gave. So that's the only award he got. So though I didn't do it, I feel very proud to be part of some lineage that who honored Padani. I was not even born when he died, so we have not even lived at the same time.
Correct.
So remuneration was very good at that time. Then they never updated the next generation and next generation. They never updated the remuneration. The Sembamadi would be given 1,000 rupees and towards his last year's playing fare. Otherwise, it's all below 1,000 and second class train fare. That was the remuneration.
Okay.
So many musicians became out of pocket because they will be given train fare, but they may have another concert where they will fly and come. So actually, they will lose money. Like that, but they will say, no, it's an honor to sing before Devi, so they will all come. Like that. But I am a musician myself, so when I go and sing somewhere, what I am paid, how they treat me, I know how I feel. So I started fighting for a hike in remuneration also. Not only for the singers, for the cleaning staff. After the concert is over, before puja is done, some old ladies will come and sweep the money. I was horrified to, they are brought from Tamil Nadu, from Padmanabhapuram where Devi is. They were given 70 rupees per day. So 10 days they will make 700 rupees. There is no quarters or food, they have to manage somewhere. So I started fighting. And now for these ladies from 70, I have raised it to 1,000 per day. One. And musicians from below 1,000, singers all get minimum 15,000 rupees. This is not a big amount in this day. But from 700 to 15,000, it's a big change. So I feel at least, and the trust has, it's not like trust is surplus funds overflowing is not there, but it has enough money to pay nicely, decently. So, and Amma Maharani again, her wisdom, I mean most of the things, credit goes to her, what she did. So we hire a Brahmin cook for 10 days, only for Navratri, to feed the artists who are staying in a guest house, and we eat the same food, so that we will know, oh, today salt was too much, or it was not tasty. So we should know what they are. It is not like they are sent somewhere and we eat at home. We eat the same food during, and the non-Amma Maharani next generation, they were interested only in the food during Navratri. So concert is from 6 to 8:30. So many of them actually come physically to the mandapa at 8:25. So that the concert is over, you do the arati and then eat.
In Chennai also there used to be a club called 50-50 Club.
50-50, yeah. Others.
Founded by G. Narasimhan of Hindu and Nimbarumara City. So most of the patrons, they used to go only by this 8:25 or 8:30 to have food.
There's nothing wrong. See, I have nothing against a person who doesn't like music. I definitely have a lot in favor of somebody who likes food. I also like food. But a person who doesn't like music is in charge of a music festival, then the problems happen.